Hello, welcome to High Ground Gaming. This is Eric. And today we're going to play another game from the Bobby Orr career replay, 1966-67 season, his rookie season. The Bruins are currently 2-8-1. Doesn't for some reason inside the Crease Hockey does not show the ties in up here, nor do they award them points in the standings. But anyway, the Bruins are 2-8. And 1, and the New York Rangers are 2-8-2. The last game the Bruins played was November 13th, and I think this is the November 19th. So there was a big gap between games. I did play the rest of the games on the 13th. There was one more game that the New York Rangers played that I didn't play yet, but I wanted to play this game today and get it in. So I'll go back and play that New York. I think it's against the Blackhawks game. Get up to date, but pretty much the Bruins are, for the most part, tied with the New York Rangers for last place. If the Bruins can get a win here, they can get out of last place. They did finish last place on the season, so it'd be kind of nice to get out of last place for now. A little summary of Bobby Orr's stats through the first 11 games. He has 3 goals and 3 assists. And he's tied for the team lead with 6 points with Johnny Busick, who has 5 goals and 1 assist. So those are your Bobby Orr's stats up until this point. So in this game, they actually tied the Rangers 3-3. So we'll see if the Bruins can sneak out a win and get a win here. All right, so here are your lineups for the visiting New York Rangers. It's going to be Don Marshall at left wing, Wayne Hillman, the left defenseman, Phil Guyette at center, Harry Howell, the left defenseman, and Bob Nevin at right wing, and Edward Giacomin in goal. For the hometown Boston Bruins, Johnny Busick at left wing, Mr. Bobby Orr at left defense, Pip Martin at center, Ted Green at right defense, and Ed Westfall, the right winger. So those are your starting lineups for both teams, and Jerry Cheevers in goal for the Bruins. So they're at center ice. Let's get ready and drop the puck. And before I do that, I'm just going to say congratulations to the New England Patriots for making it to the Super Bowl 2018 by defeating the Jacksonville Jaguars 24-20. So congrats to them. And let's get a win for the Bruins here. Here's the face-off. And the face-off will be won by New York. And it's going to go out to Howell, who's going to pass it to Hillman. And Hillman will pass it over to Guyette. And Guyette will pass it over to Howell. Howell passes it over to Marshall, so getting everybody involved early on, and Ed Westfall will force the dump in. And it's going to be a puck battle between Bobby Orr and Bob Nevin. It's a battle of the Bobs and Bobbies. And that is going to be won by Orr. He'll get it over to Green. And the line changes for both teams. Wadowich now with the Bruins. And Brown will force the dump in. And Cheevers will cover it up. Actually, I'm sorry. Giacomin will cover it up, and there will be a face-off in the Ranger zone. Skip Craik getting a start today at center on the third line. It'll be Craik and Kurtenbach. The Rangers in the face-off circle. And the Bruins win the face-off. Over to Connolly. Connolly over to Craik. And Craik will get a shot on goal. And that's going to be forced wide by Brown. Loose puck chased down by Nielsen for the Rangers. He'll get it over to Brown. Brown with the shot. And it's going to be saved and held on to by Cheevers. So face off in the Boston zone to the right of Cheevers. Crick and Kurtenbach in the circle again. And they won by the Bruins. With a Dallas Smith. And it's going to be a delayed penalty on Joffrin. And Wayne Connolly is going to get an excellent opportunity on Jockerman here. Oh, just misses the goal as it's at 1-23 would have been a goal of 24. And the rebound is going to go over to Brown, and there'll be a stoppage of play there with the change of possession. And we'll find out what the penalty is here. Oh, and it's not going to be no penalty on the play. And I think that was a pass situation there, so I think we're just going to go with the pass. So no penalty on the play. I always forget, well not always, but sometimes forget to look at what the play is before, just in case the penalty gets waved off and the play continues. Let's see here. And it's going to be a giveaway by Kurtenbach. Connolly with it. Line changes by both teams. Or with the puck. He'll get a shot off on net, and it's going to force wide by Ingerfield. Williams with the puck for the Bruins. And he's going to get it over to ORR. And ORR is going to take a wind-up and take a shot. Excellent angle on it. And it's going to be a save by Jockerman. So ORR with a bid there is denied. And puck battle between Green and Hadfield. And Green will get it for the Bruins. He'll wind up and take a shot. Saved by Jockerman. It's going to go over to Schock. Schock will take a weak shot. And therefore it's going to be forced wide by Hadfield. Loose puck tracked down by Green for the Bruins. And he's going to get over to Schock. And Schock's going to take a shot on net. And that's going to be blocked by McNeil. Ooh, possible injury here. Possible injury. Oh, it's going to be an injury on Green. It's going to be pretty serious. Green's going to be out for this game +5. So, big injury there. As he limps off the ice. He's going to need some help off the ice. So, he'll be gone for this game +5. So, a big blow to the Bruins off their main line here. Ted Green out. That is going to hurt. Yeah, I believe he's also on their power play line too, so that is a killer injury there. So this game +5. So their main defenseman on the first pair is going to be out this game +5. All right. Just to look ahead, their right defenseman. So we have to bring in Doak probably. He's the only other one that's. Gary Doak's going to have to come in and play in the next 5 games. So that's a big blow. We have to shift around our lines here. That's Bobby Orr's line. All right. So we assume there's a stoppage of play with the injury there. So let's have a face-off. All right. So face-off between Ingerfield and Schock. And that'll be won by the Bruins. Oh, with the pass. Oops, can't go over to Green because he's gone. Go with Westfall here. Green over to Westfall. I did take him off the line, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. Alright, so Westfall with the puck. No penalty on the play. He'll Pass it around, come back, pass it again. Ooh, it's going to be a delayed penalty on Hadfield. So the Bruins possibly with a power play coming up. And Williams is going to get an excellent shot on net. And that'll be saved by Jockman. Westfall with an opportunity. He's going to have a battle between Hadfield and Westfall. And Hadfield will win it, loose puck. So find out what the penalty is here. So that is going to be a minor penalty on Hadfield for hooking. No misconduct. So the Bruins will be on a power play now. The Bruins can take advantage of this penalty. So looks like Joe Watson is going to be now on the Bruins line. On the power play line with ORR. Alright, so face off. Bruins win the face off. Goes over to ORR. ORR passes it over to Martin. It's going to be taken away by Howell. And Nielsen with it. Nielsen with the pass. And it's going to be hit up by Watson. Watson tracks down the loose puck. Gets it over to ORR. And ORR will pass it over to McKenzie. And it's going to be a takeaway though by Howell. And changes for both teams. There you go, that's good. Let's see now, McNeil with the puck, and that's going to be, he will ice it, and that's going to be it for the penalty, as so the Rangers successfully kill off the power play by the Bruins. Stewart with it, we'll pass it over to Oliver, and Brown will force the dump in. Jockman recovers and leaves it for Nielsen. And that'll be hit off the puck but by McKenzie. Loose puck battle between Smith and Brown. And that'll be won by Smith for the Bruins. Gets it over to Stewart. Stewart with a great pass over to Smith. And Smith's shot's going to go wide. Loose puck tracked down by Brown for the Rangers. Gets it over to Marshall. Marshall with the shot. And that is going to be saved by Cheevers. Rebound back to Marshall. He's going to get his own rebound here. Takes the shot. Another save by Cheevers. And he's going to get a third shot here. Possibly. Oh, hold on. No, he's not going to, as Waterwich is going to win the loose puck battle for the Bruins. Line changes on both teams. And Watson will give it away. Gilbert ends it up with it. And Busick will intercept the pass. Over to Westfall. Westfall will pass it over to Watson. Watson with the pass back to Busick. And that's going to be taken away by Gilbert. No, Bruins almost intercepted. Not quite, though. But Neal will give it away to Busick. Busick with it. Gets it over to Westfall. Line changes on both teams. And Goldsworthy on the line now will get it over to Craik. Craik will wind up and take a shot. And it's going to be a save by Jockman. Gets it over to puck battle between ORR and Joffrin. And ORR will win the puck battle. And he will wind up and take a shot. And be saved and held on to by Jockman. So 8 minutes left in the period. No score. Face off to the left of Jockman. Kurtenbach gets it kicked out of the face-off circle. Craik wins the face-off. Connolly with it. And gets it over to Watson, but there's a penalty on the play. Let's see what the penalty is. So there's no penalty. It'll be the pass by Watson. And no, it's going to be a minor on Hillman. Another possible injury, so it's going to be a slashing penalty. Oh. See what the penalty is here. See what the last person to touch the puck for the Rangers. It's going to be on Hillman. So Hillman, it will... It's 9, so it's a 2, so he'll be out the game. So Hillman is gone for the game for the Rangers. He's their number 1 left defense. So each team loses a key defenseman. So he'll just be gone for the rest of this game. All right. So Hillman goes to the box, and actually he'll go to the locker room as he's going to be gone. And the Rangers will be short-handed. And the Bruins will be on their second power play. See if they can capitalize on this one. Face-off won by the Bruins. Martin with it. Gets it over to Watson. Watson almost got a great pass, but not quite. So he gets a pass over to McKenzie. And that'll be intercepted by Howell. And then the Bruins will intercept it. Gets it over to Martin. Martin with a great pass over to McKenzie. McKenzie's going to wind up and take an excellent shot here. And that is going to be a goal by him. Oh, no, it's not. Nevin is going to force it, gets a piece of it, and forces it wide. So an excellent opportunity here for the Bruins, but Nevin forces it wide. That would have surely gone in. The Bruins denied there by Nevin. And he will track down the loose puck. And Oliver will force the dump in. And Hadfield wins the loose puck battle with Murat. Busick on the takeaway. Oliver with it. And Oliver is going to wind up and, no, it's going to be intercepted by Howell. And they will successfully kill off the Bruins. So the Bruins had their opportunities there. Just could not capitalize. McKenzie especially with a great opportunity there. Busick will force the dump in. 5 minutes, 20 seconds left in the first period. No score. And Martin will win the loose puck battle. And skates it up, and Fleming will force a dump in. And Jockman will get it and leave it for Fleming. And Westfall with a big hit. This puck battle between Westfall and McNeil. And McNeil wins the loose puck battle. Gets it over to Fleming. And Nilsson with it. Gets it over to Hickey. He will wind up and take a weak shot. Cheevers will make the save. And held on to it. So face off to the left of Cheevers. Face off won by the Rangers. We'll get it over to Brown. Brown will give it away though. Goldsberry with it. Gets it over to ORR. He'll be hit off the puck by Kurtenbach. Puck battle between Watson and Hickey. That'll be won by Hickey for the Rangers. Hickey with the puck. Pass it over to Jaffrin. And he'll get a great pass over to Brown. Brown will wind up and take a shot. And that's going to be a save by Cheevers. Over to Brown. Puck battle between Brown and ORR. And ORR is going to win that battle. Gets it over to Craig. And it's going to be a delayed penalty on Brown. Craig will wind up and take a shot. And that's going to be saved and held on to by Jockman. So let's see what the penalty, if any, on Brown is. And it's going to be a minor penalty from roughing. So the Bruins, with 2 minutes left, will finish out the period on a power play. Their third power play. Let's see if they can capitalize this time. So Brown heads to the penalty box. Power play line, penalty penalty kill on the ice for both teams. Here's the face-off. Bruins win the face-off. Over to McKenzie. McKenzie passes it over to ORR. ORR will wind up and... No, actually he's going to pass it. Gets it over to Martin. He'll wind up and take a shot. And that's going to be a goal for Pip Martin. Yes, no block this time, though. Not forced wide. And Pip Martin puts the Bruins on the board on the power play goal. So the Bruins on their third power play finally get on the board here. And I think ORR will get a yes. Mr. Bobby ORR and John McKenzie both get assists. So that means that Mr. Bobby ORR now leads the Bruins with 7 points. Now has 3 goals and 4 assists. And power play goal by Pip Martin. I think that was might be Pip Martin's first goal of the season. All right. So the goal officially at 18:43 of the first period. So Guyette and Martin meet at center ice. Face-off circle. And that'll be won by Guyette.
Last minute of play in this period.
And they get it over to Marshall. Marshall will take a shot. And it's going to be forced wide by Westphal. Marat tracks it down for the Bruins. Gets it over to Westphal. Westphal will wind up and take a shot. And Westphal's shot will go in. So that Westphal, the Bruins scored 2 goals within a minute of each other. And the Bruins take a 2-0 lead. Wow. Didn't look like much of a shot initially, but it gets by Jockman. And the Bruins take a 2-0 lead. Wow, exciting end to this first period here. So let's look at that here. So Marat controls the loose puck, so... And Westphal was the one who forced the wide shot. Marat was getting an assist here. And the Bruins take a 2-0 lead. Awesome. Awesome sauce. All right, Oliver and Kurtenbach in the face-off circle. That's going to be won by the Rangers. Joffrin with it. And that'll be intercepted by ORR. Over to McKenzie. McKenzie with a great pass. Back to ORR. ORR's going to have a shot now. Oh, and Jockman makes the save. So the Bruins putting heavy pressure on him. Scored 2 goals in the last 2 minutes. Won a power play goal. As Hickey has it now. And that will be the end of the period. So the Bruins, with a flurry, 2 goals at the end of the period, one by Martin, and now one by Westfall, and Hickey 2-0 lead into the locker room. It looked like it was going to be a scoreless tie going to the locker room. So the Bruins outshot the Rangers 10-5. Or McKenzie and Marat all with assists. And we'll be right back with the start of the second period as the Bruins are up 2-0 over the New York Rangers.
Alrighty, and we're back with the second period action, as the Boston Bruins had scored 2 goals in the last 2 minutes of the first period to take a 2-0 lead over the New York Rangers. And those goals again were by Pitt Martin and Ed Westfall. Martin's was a power play goal, and then Ed Westfall was able to knock an unlikely shot in. It wasn't a very powerful shot, but it was effective as it got past Jacquemin to give the Bruins a 2-0 lead. So we have Jean Rattel, the future Bruin, against Skip Craik in the face-off circle at center ice. Referee drops the puck. And the Rangers win the face-off. Kick it out to McNeil. McNeil with the pass. McNeil with the pass. And it's going to be taken away by Waterwich for the Bruins. It's going to go over to Conley. Conley will get an excellent opportunity here. And it will be a goal. Yes. Would have been a 4 would have made the shot wide, but it's only a 3. That's for a power play there. But it's a 4. It's a shot 1, and that is going to be a goal. So the Bruins, in 3 minutes, score 3 goals. Unbelievable. Wow. They haven't scored this many goals in this short a time all season. In fact, most of the games they didn't score 3 goals, and they scored 3 goals within 3 minutes. Unbelievable. Yeah, right at the 19-minute mark. So let's see here. So that is going to be a takeaway after the takeaway by Waterwich. So Waterwich gets an assist on the play. And the Bruins' third line scores a goal. So 3-0 Bruins lead. Fans are going crazy here at Boston Garden. They haven't seen this scoring all season. All right. So Martin and Kurtenbach in the face-off circle. And the Rangers win the face-off. And this is going to be a delayed penalty on Westfall. So Hickey with the shot. And that is going to be saved by Cheevers. And Martin will chase down the loose puck and at the change of possession. We will find out what the penalty was, if any. So it's going to be 9 plus opponent if penalty 4 or higher. So it's only a 2 for Nielsen on the opposition here. So it's just going to be a penalty on Westfall. Oh, another possible injury here. Goalie injury. Uh-oh. So for roughing, and how do we evaluate the goalie penalty? Possibly goal penalty on Jockman, and it's a 1. And how do we evaluate this one? So goalie penalty. So penalty number is greater than or equal to the injury rate. So 1 or 2, goalie injury. It's a GO. So that's not a number there. So I think what I have to do is I have to generate a new penalty number because of the goalie. So his is a 1. So it's either going to be... Yeah, it's probably not going to be... It's not going to be any more than a... Because I don't think you can get a 0 on this. So I think at the worst, it's going to be no injury. Yeah, because 1 is the lowest number you can get. So I guess I don't need to generate a new number because that would be the least number you could get. So it's no matter what they roll, it's going to be no injury because he's a 1. So all right, so it'll be no injury on Jockman. So, all right, so Ed Westfall goes to the penalty box, and the New York Rangers will be on the power play. Their first power play of the day. So, all right, so Marshall, Brown, Guyette, Howell, and Nevin out on the power play line for the New York Rangers, and the penalty kill is going to be Busick and now Wadowich, due to the injury to Green. Wadowich will be elevated to the penalty kill number 1 line, and Pitt Martin. Alright, so referee drops the puck. And that'll be won by the Rangers. Out to Guyette. I changed it by both teams. We'll put McKenzie out. No, McKenzie's not good. I guess we'll double shift Pitt Martin. Alright, so it's going to be out to Nielsen. Nielsen with the puck. And that is going to be a shot. And that'll be a save by Cheevers. This will be a puck battle between Marat and Hadfield. And Hadfield will win that battle. And he'll take an excellent shot on Cheevers. Point blank shot. And it's going to go in. So Hadfield puts the Rangers on the board on the power play goal. Just less than 20 seconds into the power play. So the Rangers on the board. So Nielsen and Guyette will get assists. I'm not sure where Guyette is. There we go. Alright, so the Rangers are on the board 3-1. Alright, so Ingerfield and Oliver in the face-off circle. Bruins with a 2-goal lead now. Face-off won by the Bruins. Over to Watson. And this is going to be a penalty on Howell. Let's see what that is. And it's going to be a 26. So it's going to be a minor plus the opponent. So it's going to be on Oliver. Oliver will draw the penalty too. And another possible injury. Wow. Unbelievable. So that is going to be no injury because it's going to be Howell. and no injury. So a lot of potential injuries here. So Oliver will get a penalty here. Let's see. So with him too, it's going to be the same thing. We'll evaluate it, and if it's a penalty on him, we'll see. So we'll hit this, and if it's a 9 or less, then it's a penalty. And it is. It's a 5. So he will get a minor. And no misconduct, because this falls below it. This would have to be below the 13. So penalties to Howell and Oliver. So it would still be a 5-on-5. Make sure Oliver and Howell are not on the lines. They are not. Okay. All right. So let's have the face-off here. So face-off will be won by Guyette. And that's going to be kicked out to Marshall. Marshall over to Guyette. And Waterwich will cause the loose puck. And puck battle between McNeil and Goldsworthy. And that'll be won by Goldsworthy for the Bruins. Gets it over to Waterwich. And that is going to be a shot by Waterwich. Actually, a pass. He'll pass it over to Conley, who already has a goal in today's game. And Conley will almost get hit by Fleming. Just avoids the hit and gives a great pass over to Goldsworthy. Back to Goldsworthy. Goldsworthy fires a shot. And that will be saved and held onto by Jackman. So face off in the Rangers zone with the Bruins up by 2. 40 seconds left on the penalties to Howe and Oliver. Face-off won by the Bruins. Craik wins the face-off. Gets it over to Connolly. Line changes by both teams. And Kurtenbach will take it away. And he will wind up and take a shot. And forced wide by Morant. This puck battle between Watson and Nilsson. And that's going to be won by Watson. And that's it for the penalties. Line changes for both teams. So Watson with it. Gives a great pass over to Mr. Bobby Orr. Mr. Bobby Orr is going to take a shot. And it's going to be saved and held onto by Jackman. Just barely held on to that one. That one, he almost got a rebound shot on that one. So Orr with another opportunity. Denied by Jackman. Here's the face-off. Won by the Bruins. Over to McKenzie. McKenzie passes it over to Orr. Orr will pass it over to Stewart. Stewart will pass it around and gets back to him. And he'll pass it back to Orr. And Orr is going to give a... Oh, it's going to be intercepted, though, by Nevin. Bruins make a line change. Over to Brown. Brown with the pass over to Guyette. Oh, and that's going to be a penalty on Marat. Let's see what that is. And it's going to be a minor on Marat for hooking. So the Rangers will be on the power play as Marat goes to the penalty box. So, alright, so we're in the box now. Here's the face-off. Face-off won by the Rangers. Kicked over to Howell. Howell over to Nevin. And that's going to be intercepted by Orr. And Howell immediately take away Orr's pass. Well, it takes it away from ORR. And Nevin has it now, and Nevin will put a shot on Cheevers. And Watson almost gets a piece of it. Not quite, and Cheevers is able to hold on to it. So face off in the Bruins zone. Martin and Guyette in the face-off circle. That'll be won by the Bruins. Over to ORR. ORR will pass it over to Watson. And Watson will ice the puck. And it's going to be a takeaway by ORR. And Busick will bring it up the ice. And he's going to give a shot, a short-handed shot here. And that'll be saved and held on to by Jockman. So Bruins will make a line change. For ORR this one, I'll let them take a line change too. Alright, here's the face-off. Face-off won by Ingerfield. Ingerfield kicks it out to Nielsen. And that'll be taken away by, let's see, 0-0-1, forecheckers, and we have 2 forecheckers, so it'll be a takeaway by Watson. And that'll be the end of the penalty. So the Bruins successfully kill off the power play by the Rangers. So the Rangers now 1 for 2 on the power play. And that's going to be a pass over to Westfall. Westfall already with a goal today. I think it's Westfall with a goal, isn't it? Yes. Ed Westfall with a goal is going to have another opportunity here. He takes a great shot. Nilsson just misses getting a piece of it. And this time it'll be saved and held on to by Jockman. It's 11-minute mark of the second period. Bruins up 3-1. Face off in the Ranger zone. And face off's won by the Bruins. Kicked out to Dallas Smith. Dallas Smith over to Martin. And it's going to be a possible penalty on Ingerfield here. And actually it'll be a penalty right away because it's a pass number. So see what the penalty is. And 14 is a goalie penalty. So let's see here. So penalty 1 and 5. So that 14 is above the it's not lower than the 5. So that is not a goalie penalty. So instead it's going to be a pass by Martin. So the penalty gets waived off. I'm pretty sure that's how you read it. There is no major here, but so these are the same ratings as the other one. There'd be, if there was a major in here, there'd be a penalty, then a major, then a minor. But there is no. There's a blank where the major is here, and so the 1 does not register on the number here, and the 14 is higher than the 5, so there is no penalty there. So I'm pretty sure that's how you read it. I think I figured that one out. And Cheevers actually has a misconduct on his, so he was known to get some penalties on his for unsportsmanlike conduct and stuff. So Cheevers occasionally would get that kind of stuff. So anyway, Martin with it now. And he'll pass it over to Busick, and we're going to change the lines manually, as we want to keep this line out. And Busick will pass it over to Westfall. Westfall will pass it over to Smith. Smith will pass it to Waterwich. Waterwich. Keeps going back to him. And now we're going to do changes for both teams, as they've been on for a while. So Connolly with it now for the Bruins. Takes a shot. And that's going to be saved and held on to by Jockman. So 8 minutes left in the second period. Bruins still up 3-1. Craig and Kurtenbach in the face-off circle. Bruins win the face-off. Craik over to Waterwich. And he'll be hit off the puck by Kurtenbach. And it's going to be a puck battle between Nilsson and Waterwich. And that is going to be won by Nilsson. Gets it over to Joffrin. Joffrin will give a great pass over to Kurtenbach. Kurtenbach winds up and takes a shot. And it'll be saved and held on to by Cheevers. Face-off in the Bruins zone. Kurtenbach and Craik in the face-off circle. Face-off won by the Bruins. Over to Goldsworthy. Goldsworthy over to Connolly. Connolly with a great pass over to Craik. Craik winds up and takes the shot. And that's going to be saved and held onto by Jockerman. Referee drops the puck. Bruins win the faceoff. Over to Connolly. Connolly winds up and takes a shot. And it's going to be, once again, covered up by Jockerman. Face off to the right of Jockerman. Craik wins the face-off. Over to Orr. Orr with the pass over to Goldsworthy. Line change for both teams. Marat with it now. Taken away by Howell. Over to Brown. Brown with the shot. And saved and held onto by Cheevers. Face off in the Bruins zone. Martin and Guyette in the face-off circle. Martin wins it. Over to Watson. Watson over to Marat. And it'll be taken away by Nevin for the Rangers. Gets it over to Brown. Brown takes the shot. Saved by Cheevers. Watson skates it up. Passes it over to Marat. And he'll be forced to dump it in by Nevins. Busick and Howell chase down the loose puck. And Howell comes out with it. Line change for both teams. And McNeil with it. Takes a shot. Saved by Cheevers. Leaves it for Orr. Orr passes it up to Goldsworthy. Goldsworthy gives it away though. Kurtenbach with it. Skates in the Bruins zone. Takes a shot. And that is going to be a goal. So Kurtenbach with the shot. Gets past Cheevers and pulls the Rangers to within one goal. So that'd be unassisted. All right. So Bruins' 3-goal lead is now down to just one goal, as the Rangers have scored 2 goals here in the second period after the Bruins opened up with a goal a minute into the period to give them a 3-0 lead. Schock and Ingerfield in the face-off circle. Schock wins the face-off. Kicked out to Parise. And Howell will force the dumping. And he'll chase down the loose puck. His pass taken away by Parise. Over to Schock. Almost intercepted. But instead, Schock's going to get off a good shot here. And that's going to be forced wide. That was right on target. That would have been most likely gotten past Gilbert as he was covering on the wrong side. But McNeil is able to force the shot wide. And Howell chases down the loose puck. So an excellent opportunity for the Bruins goes by the boards. Line changes for both teams. Brown with it. Pass it over to Guyette. Guyette gives it away, though. McKenzie with it. Gets it over to Marat.
Last minute
With the
of
pass
play
over to
in this
Oliver.
period.
And that's going to be intercepted by Nielsen. As we near the end of the second period with the Bruins up by a goal. Brown passes it over to Nielsen. Nielsen with the pass to Guyette. And it's going to be hit by Marat. Forces a loose puck. Marat chases it down. And that's the end of the period. So at the end of the second intermission, it's Boston 3 and New York 2. Let's check out our summary here at the end of two periods. So the Rangers outshot the Bruins 9-8 and scored 2 goals to the Bruins 1. The Bruins had a 3-0 lead and New York came back with 2 goals. So the goals so far by Boston, Westfall, Martin, and Conley got the goal in the second period, and Hadfield and Kurtenbach with the goals for the Rangers. Guyette and Nielsen with the assists. So the first goal for the Rangers was a power play goal. As well as I think the Bruins also got a power play goal. Yeah, Hadfield had the power play goal, and Martin's goal was also the power play goal. So I'll be right back with the start of the third period. Alrighty, we're back with the start of the third period. The Bruins up 3-2 over the New York Rangers. And put our goal asses back on. Alrighty, we're all set now. We can see what we're doing. So Ingerfield and Martin in the face-off circle. Referee drops the puck. Bruins win the face-off. Martin with it. Over to Busick. And Busick is going to get a great shot right off the bat. And that is going to be forced wide by Gilbert. So Busick had a point-blank shot there, but oh no. And Fleming. Looks like Fleming might got a piece of Fleming here. Let's see what the injury is on him, if any. So 20, that's going to be fine. No injury to Fleming. Wow. Very rough game here. There's a lot of possible injuries. Thankfully, most of them are just minor, and they're able to recover. Only two major injuries, though. One to Green and the other one to a defenseman for the Rangers. I think a frontline defenseman there. So both teams suffering injuries to the defenseman. Thankfully, no other injuries other than that. So this one's just a minor. So let's see here. Let's see who had the puck last here. So forced wide shot by Gilbert. So let's just say, so it's no injury here. So Fleming will have it. And he will be hit off the puck by Waterwich. And that's going to be a puck battle between Fleming and Busick. And Fleming will win that battle. And he's going to be hit off the puck by Westfall. Loose puck tracked down by Ingerfield for the Rangers. Gets it over to Fleming. Fleming will take the shot. Cheevers with the save. And looked like he wasn't going to hold on to it, but he's able to dive on it and cover it up. So face off in the Bruins zone. Up by a goal. Martin and Ingerfield in the face-off circle. Rangers win the face-off. Ingerfield over to... Actually, Ingefield's still with it, and he's going to give it away. And Busick almost gets a breakaway on it, but the Rangers are able to get back. Decides to hold up there, set it up. Pass it over to Smith. And Smith will take Orr with it now after the line change. And Orr will take the shot, and that's going to be a save by Jacquemin. Leaves it for Howell. Howell skates it up, passes it over to Guyette. And Guyette's going to give a great feed over to Marshall. Marshall will wind up and take the shot. Better shot than it looked like. And Cheevers is able to make the save. Leaves it for Oliver. Oliver over to McKenzie. McKenzie with the shot. And it'll be held on to by Jacquemin. So face off in the Ranger zone with the Bruins up 3-2. Oliver and Guyette battle for the puck in the face-off. And that'll be won by Oliver. Oliver controls it. Gets it over to Stewart. Stewart with the pass. Comes back to him. And this time he'll give it away. Guyette with the puck now for the Rangers. Gets it over to Nevin. Nevin gives it away though. And Stewart takes it. And almost gets a breakaway. He needed a 3 and it's a 4. So he's able to... Rangers just do get back. And he'll pass it over to Mr. Bobby Orr. And almost broken up. Intercepted by the Rangers. But Orr will get the pass off over to Waterwich. Waterwich with a great pass over to Stewart. Stewart will wind up and take the shot. And that's going to be a save by Jacquemin. Over to Howell. We'll use it for Howell. McNeil with it. McNeil with the pass. Comes back to him and he'll give it away. Stewart with it now. Stewart over to Waterwich. Waterwich with the pass. And it's going to be Smith with it. Smith pass it over to Waterwich. Return pass it over to Busick. Busick will wind up and take a shot. And it's going to be a save by Jacquemin. Rebound out to Waterwich. Waterwich will take a shot. Oh, and almost gets it past him. But Jacquemin's just able to get a skate on it. Rebound out to Smith. Actually, a puck battle between Smith and Nielsen. And that's going to be won by Smith. Gives a weak shot on net. And that'll be covered up by Jacquemin. So both teams have some chances here, especially the Bruins. It remains a 3-2 game. Martin and Kurtenbach in the face-off circle. Face-off is won by the Bruins. Kicked out to Busick. Busick with the pass over to Westfall. Westfall will pass it over to Busick. And Busick will get a weak shot off on net. Easy save for Jacquemin. Leaves it for Brown. Brown skates it up. Passes it over to Nielsen. Nielsen with the pass over to Kurtenbach. And he'll hit off the puck by Martin. As both teams make line changes. And it's a loose puck now. Orr and Howell battling for it. And Orr will come out with it. And he'll be forced to dump it in by Brown. Battle between Oliver and Ingerfield. Oliver wins that. Gets it over to McKenzie. McKenzie will give it away, though. As Hadfield has it now for the Rangers. Over to Howell. Howell with the shot. And it's going to be blocked by McKenzie. Oliver with it now for the Bruins. Gets the loose puck. Taken away by Howell. Who's in turn taken away by ORR. And then it'll be taken away by Hadfield. So neither team, it's like a hot potato. Gets it over to Gilbert. And that'll be taken away by McKenzie. Both teams make line changes. Watson with it now for the Bruins. Watson will give it away, though. And Guyette's going to have it now, and he's going to have a breakaway chance here. He skates it up, takes the shot on Cheevers. And Cheevers will make a great save. Rebound goes out to Brown, who is trailing on the play. Brown and Westphal battling for it. And that'll be won by Westphal. So breakaway chance for the Rangers. Cheevers makes it the big save there. Marat with it now. Marat will get a shot off on net. And that's going to be saved and covered up by Jacquemin. So some exciting play here in the third period, but it remains again 3-2 as both goalies coming up big. Face-off between Martin and Guyette. And Martin will be kicked out of the face-off circle. Guyette wins the face-off. Gets it over to Marshall. And Marshall will put a shot on Cheevers. And that's going to be a goal. So Martin gets a weak shot. Looked like a weak shot there, but it goes in. And there you have a tie game. With 8 minutes, 40 seconds left in the game. And this was the actual score of the game, was 3-3. And that's exactly the score we have here, as the Bruins took a 3-0 lead, but have squandered it. The Rangers having 3 unanswered goals, 2 in the second period and 1 here in the third period. So let's see if there's any assists on the play here. And there will be an assist to Guyette. So Phil Guyette with the assist. And we have a 3-3 game. It's an exciting game here. Cheever's not happy with that. He'll tell you he should have stopped that one. He just misread the timing on that one. So Kurtenbach and Craik in the face-off circle. Face-off won by the Rangers. Kicks it out to Joffrin. Joffrin over to Kurtenbach. Kurtenbach will give it away, though. And, Goldsworthy almost with a breakaway. Not quite. And I'm going to leave the lines on here. So Howell almost is able to force the dump it, or not quite. Instead, Craik will get a pass off, and it'll come back to him. And he'll get a weak shot on that. And that'll be saved by Jacquemin, and he'll hold on to it. So face off in the Ranger zone. Game tied at 3 now. Craik and Kurtenbach in the circle. And that's going to be won by the Rangers. Over to Brown. Brown with the pass. And he's going to take a shot. And it is going to be a save by Cheevers. And Watson ends up with the loose puck. Skates it up. Passes it over to Craik. Craik will take a shot. And saved by Jacquemin. Craik is going to get his own rebound. So he fires even better shot this time. And that is going to be a goal. So Craik getting a start today. Gets a goal. I had a feeling about him. I started him because of his offense. And figured the Bruins needed a little extra kick. And Craik comes through. Gets his own rebound. And scores. To put the Bruins ahead 4-3. So I'm glad I started him now. as Bruins fans go nuts. Let's see here. So Watson will get an assist here. Joe Watson with the assist. And the Bruins go up 4-3 after the Rangers had just tied it. Less than two minutes later, the Bruins are able to. So 11:25, yeah, and just a minute and 3 seconds later, 2 minutes and 3 seconds later, the Bruins are able to tie it. Excellent. All right, change the lines. Face off at center ice. Inglefield and Martin in the face-off circle. Face-off won by the Bruins. Gets it over to Westfall. Westfall over to Smith. Smith will wind up and take the shot. As both. All right. You'll see the results of this shot here. Actually, no, he didn't take the shot, I guess. Let's see. He's going to give it away. And now both teams will change their lines. And it's no breakaway here. Instead, Nevin with it. And it's going to go over to Marshall. Marshall with the pass over to Guyette. Guyette's going to be hit off by ORR. Loose puck battle between Wadowich and Howell. And who was the offense? I think it was the Rangers. Yeah. So that'll be a Wadowich ends up with the loose puck. It was going to be a late penalty on Nevin. This could be huge. As McKenzie's going to give a great pass over to Stewart. Stewart's going to fire an excellent shot here. And that's going to go in. So the Bruins answer with 2 shots to take a 2-goal lead. So where has this offense been all season? Bruins with a flurry of goals here. Scoring them in bunches. And that one is able to get in. Hold on there. I'm going to review this one. I didn't check the middle there, but I don't think it was deflected wide. But I'm going to check. I'll be right back. Yeah, and we're good on this one because it was Howell with his defensive 5, and it was the defense. It was a block if it was 6 or greater. So we're good there. So there's going to be no penalty there as the Bruins are able to, as Ron Stewart is able to fire one past Jacquemin. And McKenzie will get the, and Wadowich will get the assists on the play. All right, so the Bruins with 5 goals. After the Rangers tied it, are able to get 2 goals in the next few minutes to give the Bruins a 5-3 lead with just 5 minutes left in the game. Bruins fans going crazy once again as they haven't seen this offense all season. Of course, they are playing the lowly New York Rangers, which are just as bad as the Bruins are. At least so far in the replay they have been. So face-off won by the Rangers. Kurtenbach with it. And he's got a fire shot. And that'll be saved, covered up by Cheevers. And the Rangers now are going to be forced to go aggressive here. Bruins will go defensive here. They don't want to give up any penalties, and they want to try to keep their men back. Try to defend against any shots. There's the face-off. Face-off to the right of Cheevers. And it'll be won by the Rangers. And it's over to Hickey. Let's see, Hickey with over to Fleming. And 4 checkers off at 0. We have a 1, so it doesn't affect it there. Instead, it's going to be a shot by Fleming. And Cheevers will cover it up. Martin and Kurtenbach. The face-off circle. Referee drops the puck. Won by the Rangers. Over to Fleming. Line changer for both teams. And McNeil will get a weak shot on Cheevers. 0-1. It's going to be a wide shot because we have just one forechecker. So that shot will be forced wide. Connolly comes out with a loose puck for the Bruins. And that's going to be a giveaway by Goldsworthy. Hatfield with it. And it's over to Howell. Howell will give it away, though. Goldsworthy with it. And Goldsworthy's going to have a breakaway chance here. He's going into the zone. Takes a shot on Jacquemin. And it's going to be saved and held onto by Jacquemin. So Goldsworthy with it. I think this is his second breakaway opportunity here. Jacquemin denies him to keep it a 2-goal game. That would have all but iced it there. Alright. So face-off in the Ranger zone. And Ingerfield will be kicked out of the face-off circle. Craig wins the face-off. Gets it over to Connolly. Over to Dallas Smith. Smith will pass it over to Waterwich. Owen's playing keep away here. Waterwich passes it back to Connolly. And Howell will get the hit for a loose puck. Cause a loose puck. Chased down by Waterwich. Gets it over to Goldsworthy. And that's going to be a delayed penalty on Hadfield. As Goldsworthy fires a shot. And it's going to be saved. And change of possession here. So we'll see what the penalty is. And that's going to be a minor on Hadfield. For boarding. So Hadfield will go to the box, and that should all but do it for the Rangers. As the Bruins will be on the power play. Less than 2 minutes left in the game, so that's just about going to do it. Let's see here. So where is the face-off here? I think it's in the Ranger zone, so we can't pull the goalie yet. Even though we're short-handed here, we're gonna have to do something here. Time is running out, so face-off won by the Bruins. They control the puck, so they can't pull the goalie yet. Kenzie with it. 0-1, and no assists. So let's see here. So it's going to be a pass.
Last minute of play in the game.
Over to ORR. And ORR will pass it over to McKenzie. As the Rangers try to furiously get the puck back so they can pull the goalie. And that's going to be saved and held by Jacquemin. So still in the Ranger zone, they cannot pull the goalie. Bruins win the faceoff. Over to McKenzie. McKenzie will get a shot on net. And that's going to be a rebound. Over to Watson. Watson's going to get a rebound shot here. His shot is going to go wide. And that's going to be just about do it. As Westphal ends up with a loose puck. And he'll fire a shot on Jacquemin. Rebound shot over to Watson. Watson's shot will go wide. Loose puck by McKenzie. And that'll do it as the Rangers are unable to have a penalty in the last 2 minutes. And are unable to pull Jacquemin as the Bruins go on the power play. All but deciding the game there. So the Bruins are able to come back after the Rangers tied it up at 3 to win 5-3. As the fans go crazy. So the Bruins get themselves out of last place. And the stars of the game are not there. Sometimes it'll do that with inside sports games. So let's save our game stats and go to the... Alright. So, goals for the Bruins are by Westfall, his first. Martin, his first. Craik getting a start today, his first. So a bunch of firsts for the Bruins. First goals. Ron Stewart with his 4th goal this season. And Wayne Connolly with his 4th. For the Rangers, Darren Marshall gets a goal, his first. Vic Hadfield his 2nd, and Kurtenbach his 4th. Let's look at the box score here. So, alright, so let's look at Bobby Orr's line here. Bobby Orr does get an assist, so he gets a point, so he's got 7 points now. Busick did not get any points, I believe. Yeah, I don't think any of these other guys were close. So I think Bobby Orr now leads the Bruins with 7 points. And Bobby Orr also had 4 takeaways and interceptions to lead the Bruins. So he was very active today. So let's see here. Let's go down here. So Westfall had a goal. Martin had a goal. McKenzie had 2 assists. Marat had an assist. Waterwich had a couple of assists. Watson with an assist. Craik and Stewart both with goals, and Connolly with a goal. For the Rangers, Nielsen had an assist. Marshall had a goal. Guyette had a couple of assists. Hadfield with a goal, and Kurtenbach with a goal. Let's see, the Rangers had the Bruins had 35 shots on goal, and the New York Rangers only 21. So the Bruins outshot the Rangers 17-7 in that final period. They definitely dominated that period, scoring 2 goals to the Rangers 1 after the Rangers tied it up. So Cheevers stopped 18 of 21 shots for 86%. Jacquemin, 30 saves out of 35 shots against for an 86%. So the goalies were not spectacular, but definitely it was an offensive game, which offense ruled. So the Bruins will have 3 wins now. So let's take a look at. Oops. Actually, we're just going to save everything, and we'll be right back after we save everything. Alright, so here we are with the standings. And again, we need to play 1 game between the New York Rangers and the Chicago Blackhawks to make this officially up to date. So, temporarily the Bruins are out of last place now, but the Rangers, I guess, could tie the Bruins as far as points go. And again, some reason they do not count in these standings. They do not count the ties. But if you were to count the ties, then let's see here. So it'd be 7 points and 6. Yeah, the Bruins would still be ahead 7-6. So the Bruins would still be out of last place. But again, the New York Rangers, there's 1 game we haven't played yet. Oh, I didn't even see this. I didn't even know this was here. So let's check this out. So these are all the results so far. So the Bruins are currently, they won this last game, and then they tied the game before that. So they're actually 2-1-1 in their last 4 games. So they're starting to put together some goals here and some getting some points here, some wins. So they're showing signs of life after they lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. After they lost 7 of their first 8 games, they're actually turning the tide a little bit here. So that's good. Well, the Rangers are actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are on a 5-game losing streak. The Blackhawks are just dominating everybody so far. The only losses to Detroit. They've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-game winning streak. 2 of them against us. So the Chicago Blackhawks are... Toronto's doing pretty well too. Overall. So if you look at their actual points here, see the Blackhawks don't have a tie. And again, the Blackhawks still have one more game to play to even it out. I might play that just to get that caught up. But I'll probably upload this before I do that. So I'll in the next game I'll try to remember to mention that the standings here and see what happened in that game. But anyway, so currently right now, minus that one game, the Blackhawks have 16 points. Toronto, actually, with the 2 ties here, actually are tied with them. But again, there's still one more game we need to play there. So technically right now, the Chicago and Toronto are tied. Montreal is 14 points. Detroit is 9 points. Boston with 7 points. And the Rangers pull up the rear with 6 points. So, alright, so those are your standings. So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, and we'll see you in the next Bobby Orr career replay, game number 13. So take care and God bless. Bye-bye now.